we don't want to experience. Just like shutting down that part of us that's in emotional pain. We can block unpleasant feelings or sensations, or the knowingness in ourselves that something is wrong. We learn to ignore things that don't make sense to our brains, like the man in the gorilla suit, or the pain in our heart that remains months after a breakup. Sometimes, though, we can't ignore these things because they grow too big, too painful. They take over, forcing us to pay them attention. And when we do, that's when the healing begins. Part 1. What is energy healing? We are not our bones. We are not our skin. We are the soul that lies within. Hafiz. Chapter 1. Intuition as a sixth sense. We were house hunting. We saw so many places. Some of them felt great, but there was one in particular that felt, well, I don't know how to explain it. Like something bad happened there. Darkness, nastiness. I didn't understand it. I just knew that I couldn't live there. Something must have happened that was terrible. I could almost taste it. Have you ever had a feeling that something happened in a place before you got there? That the energy lingered on long after the incident, like being invited to your friend's house for dinner, arriving at the door, and even though they greet you with a warm welcome, it feels as if they've just been fighting, and that you walked into an argument that was quickly ended. Or someone telling you they're feeling fine when you can sense that something is wrong and they're not fine. This happens when you use your senses to pick up the information behind the scenes, the information that's only accessible with your intuition. As you allow yourself to experience these occurrences, the more open you become to them, the sharper your intuition will be. As you become more intuitive, you will find yourself reading the information that's all around you, information that cannot be processed with your logical brain. I was upset to be called in to see my manager. I immediately felt I had done something wrong. I became nervous. As I got closer to the time of the meeting, I felt a knot in my stomach, and I began to tremble. I was afraid I was going to get fired. I'm usually afraid I'm going to get fired. Anyway, I went to his office and I stood outside the door. I cleared my mind, preparing for what I was going to meet. A wave of peace came over me. I suddenly felt everything was going to be okay. The knot in my stomach loosened. I knocked and entered, and there he was with a big smile on his face, congratulating me for a job well done. When we read information, our brain puts our own explanation onto it, and sometimes we get it wrong. If we have fears or worries, we can put these in the way and miss what's actually going on. Being worried about job security is a fear that some of us hold deeply, and it's very understandable. In the example above, Shirley was connecting with her fears about job security instead of connecting with her intuition. Once she was able to clear her mind of her own thoughts, she could connect with what was really there, which was in fact something quite the opposite of what she had imagined. I was drifting off to sleep. It had been a long day, and I was feeling good. Images of what had happened through the day floated through my mind's eye as I relaxed. Then, completely out of context, I saw an image of my dad. I felt like something was wrong. I woke up with a jolt. I picked up my phone, and there was a text from my mum. "Come quickly, Dad's not well." Sometimes we are like antennae. When we're relaxed and have no agenda for our thoughts, we let go of our logical mind and of our labels, and we tune into the energies that are around us and experience them for what they are. When this happens, we can learn something we didn't know before we found out about it with our brain. Maybe you can relate to some of these examples, where things don't make logical sense, but where we get a feeling about something, and we're proven correct, even though we don't have a way to explain it. These things happen to everyone all the time, like knowing your mother is about to phone you before she does.